welcome back to Unreal Understood. The stock market has been going nuts during quarantine, and everyone is trying to make a living out of it. Some people have become millionaires in this time period where anyone can achieve generational wealth. The Dow Jones crash that happened earlier in January is one of the biggest stock market crashes to happen ever, but what about stock market crashes from decades ago? How did they change the course of the stock market throughout history? Were any of these scandals? Today, we will be examining the top 5 biggest stock market crashes to ever occur. A friendly reminder that the Amazon gift card giveaway is still going on. Make sure to check previous videos on how to enter this giveaway. Anyways, let's get moving into the video. The first stock market crash is the stock market crash of 1929. Some people say this crash is one of the worst of all time. This crash was one of the first major crashes in the history of the stock market, and did a lot of damage. Investors became over-leveraged, meaning they borrowed too much money to purchase stocks, and went into bankruptcy after the market crashed to the floor. The toxic brew of inflated stock prices, high leverage, and borrowed money to buy securities would be a secret formula for more market busts in decades to come. This stock market crash fueled the Great Depression, which would not end after 12 years. The second stock market crash is the stock market crash of 1987. This crash gained notoriety as the largest single-day market loss in U.S. history. Millionaires turned into peddlers that year. This crash was similar to the crash of 1929, but it involved something more: technology. On October 19, 1987, the market turned on a dime and sellers began to do market trading. As more investors sold, more investors panicked and sold, as well. This cycle continued rolling through the trading day, as computer trading made it easier and faster to place sale orders. At the end of the day, the stock market crashed 23%. However, at the end of this crash, the stock market went on a bull run for 12 years, seeing the success of stocks like Apple and Microsoft. The third stock market crash is the .com bust of 1999 to 2000. This was a major crash for Nasdaq, as it went from 50,000 to only 1,000 in a year. This crash occurred gradually, unlike the previous two. .com stocks were on the rise over the course of the 1990s, and one of the biggest ones, Globe.com, was trading for $67 a share. Investors, after a while, thought that this stock was way too inflated, so they fled the stock and sold it. It went from trading $67 to $1 a share. Talk about a dip. The fourth stock market crash is one that happened recently. This was the 2008 recession. The 2008 collapse was fueled by the widespread use of mortgage-backed securities, backed by the U.S. housing sector. These products, which were sold by financial institutions to investors, pension funds and to banks, declined in value as housing prices receded, a scenario that started in 2006. With fewer American homeowners able to meet their mortgage loan obligations, MBS values plummeted, sending financial institutions into bankruptcy. With investment risk in the stratosphere, investors were unwilling to provide much-needed liquidity in the nation's financial markets. The final stock market crash is one that happened this year. Let's call it the 2020 crash. This has happened because of you-know-what and has affected the economy drastically. Dow Jones had almost hit 30K, but dropped down almost half its value. Imagine losing half your money from stocks that you thought to be safe and rising in the next couple of years. The losses would be exponential based on the amount of money you had in stocks before this crash. Everyone wants to know this question. When will quarantine end? It will not end anytime soon, but when it will, everyone who invested in stocks will gain money, and it is going to be a win for everybody. We hope you enjoyed this video discussing the top 5 biggest stock market crashes. Make sure to leave a comment down, subscribe, and maybe even enter the giveaway if you liked the video. Stay safe and isolated so you won't catch the virus. This was Unreal Understood.